Hey, welcome back to another exciting episode of Be Inspired TV. Here's your host, Samuel Rodney, and I just want to welcome everybody to the show that's watching out there. We got a guest on here, Andrey Adison. I just want to thank you for deciding to take time out of your schedule to join us.
Yeah, no problem.
Um,
I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Here's the show where we're inspiring you to live the abundant life you deserve. Go ahead and check out viewmagazine.com. It's one of our sponsors. Go ahead and check them out. It's a magazine, and it stands for Visionaries and Entrepreneurs United. Just go ahead and check it out. Check out the website, see what it's about, and see if you're interested. So, what we got here is Andre on the line, and he's just going to share a story. Normally just share a story and we're about to ask him a few questions. All right, guys? So go ahead, Andrey.
It's
Tell
what's
me a
up?
little bit about yourself.
Okay, so what's up? My name is Andrey Adison, and I'm the founder of Elevate to Elite, and I feel like that's the foundation of everything that I do. Everything that we've been sharing today is around that concept. And my story started about 4 years ago, but the real breakthrough happened last year when I was sitting in the doctor's office, and he's telling me that there's a chance that I may have cancer. And at that moment, everything in my mind just, okay, now am I doing the things that are fulfilling me? Am I living a life on purpose? Am I doing the things and being the person that I know I have to become? And all the answers that I got was no, right? And it made me realize that, man, I'm doing all these things. I got people looking at me like, okay, you're creating success, you're creating results, people are buying products from me. And even though on the outside it looks like things are going good, internally I felt unfulfilled. Internally, I knew that I was undervaluing myself and I wasn't playing up to my full potential. And I knew something had to change. And that week, from the time that I was in that doctor's office, and then less than a week after that, I had surgery because he said he wanted to move fast, to remove the lymph node in my neck. And from that week to the next week to get the results back, my mind was just racing with things like, man, like why me? Like what's going on? I'm only 23 years old. I'm healthy, and all these things didn't make sense. And then I started to think, okay, what is the purpose behind this, right? Because I had faith, and that's one thing that even though, of course, you can be scared, of course, you're gonna be nervous. I had faith throughout that whole time. So I shifted from thinking about why me to, okay, what's the reason behind this? What's the lesson in this? And once I get the results back, what am I gonna do? And I just committed to, you know what? When I get this test back, regardless of what happens, I'm committed to being my best self. I'm committing to share my full message, sharing what I really believe, doing what I really want to do, instead of just doing things to make another sale, instead of just doing things that I feel like people want me to do and showing up in a way that people want me to show up just so I can make money and grow my business. So I committed to that. I committed to being my best self. I'm grateful and I'm blessed to say that the test came back negative. And I just look at that and I committed in that moment. I said, you know what? I'm going to do whatever it takes to get my message out there and do what I want. And I'm going to make it my mission to help other people do the same. Right. So that's what really created the foundation and birthed Elevate to Elite, to where I believe that if you commit to being your best self and putting yourself first, getting clear on what do you really want and how do you want to show up and what is the message, what is the value, what's the genius that you have inside you. If you can lead with that, that's when the fulfillment happens. That's when the results happen. It's not by chasing the secret. It's not by learning the strategy. It's about first elevating to elite, which means becoming the best version of yourself, becoming the most powerful version of yourself. And when you do that, you can change your life. And when you change your life, you can change the lives of thousands and millions of people all around the world. So that's really my story. That's really what inspired this and why I'm here right now.
Wow. Like that's a powerful story, bro. Like, gee. So like in those moments of like where it seems like everything was dark and you didn't know where to go. And I know you said this is where you found out why, what you're gonna do with your life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What was the thought process that got you out of that situation?
Well, even before that, because before that, I was big on personal development. So during that time, especially during that time, I was just consuming so much I was just this positive energy all around me, and I just knew that like thoughts create things, right? The vibe
Right.
that I have, that things could go either way, but I rather believe and I rather act as I was already good, right? And every single day, here's the thing that I used to tell myself, right? I used to say I'm a champion, I'm a warrior, I'm a child of God, right? And I told myself that every single day, and I just created these affirmations and I created these routines and these rituals that allowed me to feel my best self. Even though I had every reason to feel down or have negative thoughts or wonder what if, I started to create these routines and these rituals that got me to change my state and change my mindset and just always know that, okay, regardless of what's going on, I'm in control. And I think that's the biggest thing that I had, a big thing that I try to get people to realize is that you have the power to control everything, right? Because you can't control the things, but you can control what it means to you, right? So with me, one of the biggest things was instead of, or there was a point, I'm keeping it real, there was a point where I was down and I was wondering why me? But then when I shifted to, okay, what's the reason behind this? What's the purpose? What can I learn from this? That gave me a greater sense of hope, and it gave me something to look forward to because I knew that I was going to make it through it. I just knew it. And then once I made it through, I knew that by me going through this, it was going to make me stronger. I have a story to share that's going to inspire people because, okay, yeah, you could talk about the results that you have and success and all things like that. At the end of the day, people don't really care about that, right? People want something that they can feel, that they can connect to. And I knew that by me going through this, I find a greater sense of purpose. Now I have more empathy for people that have cancer and or that's going through anything, and it just allowed me to open my eyes and also realize that don't take anything for granted. Because I feel like up until that point, I was playing so small, and I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm young, I got all this time, I'm gonna do this stuff, and then I realized, you know what, I gotta go after what I want right now. So to answer your question, the thing that kept me going, the thing that kept me inspired was really my mindset, and that's why now I believe that no matter what you want, whether it's a better body, it's a better business, it's better relationship, it first starts with you and your mindset and how you see yourself and the story that you tell yourself. So that, I hope that answers the question.
Wow. Yeah, that was great. You answered it perfectly. Wow. But bro, like I commend you, bro. Like
And
what
thank
you went
you.
through is deep, and I commend you for like coming on here and sharing your story and just being real. You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah, I know, man. That's what I'm here for.
saying? Right. So like you said, you listen to positive stuff all the time. So like, what was some of the things, the positive podcasts or music or books or whatever you did? What was some of the things that you listened to, or who were they by?
All right, so like, so for podcasts, Lewis House. I'm not sure if you so Lewis House, School of Greatness, Brendan Burchard, the Charge Life, and that like those two, Robin Sharma, and like and then before that, a lot of like heavy Les Brown, Bob Proctor, Jim Rohn, like those people. But it was really those three: Lewis House, Brendan Burchard, and Robin Sharma. And I feel like the reason why because they feel like they spoke life and they speak life into people, and they even Lewis House, the School of Greatness, or Brendan Burchard, the Charge Life. That message is the same message that I'm here to share. That you have so much power, you have so much more potential inside you, and we have to reach inside us to pull it out. You know, instead of looking externally, focus on you and who you have to become and leading with that. So I say those three people, and then and books, like books is also, but I can't remember like on top of my head all the books that I read.
No.
But one of the biggest ones that I recommend everyone read is called Psycho Cybernetics. Right. So that got me to realize the power of self-image and how I see myself, and just the story that I tell myself can control so much more than we realize. So I can't remember all the books, but that one book I recommend everyone to read, Psycho Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good book.
Oh, you read it?
No, I haven't. I haven't got to it yet. I've read the back portion. You know, like how it
Yeah.
gives you the previews. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely check that one out. Yeah.
All right. Wow. So, do you? What was your biggest like success that you had online, like on in business in your Elevate to Mastermind TV, Elevate to Elite TV?
Yeah, I felt the biggest success for me was after that, just saying, okay, you know what, I'm gonna do my own thing. And from that, launching that business and going from selling stuff to up until that point, I had my own products and I was selling it from like $7 to $27. I had one product at 97, but I was really undervaluing myself. So the biggest thing was going from that to now creating programs and packages from between $1,000 to $3,000 and being able to attract people to that. And it wasn't about that, but it was the fact that it was like, wow, I'm doing things my way, that I want to do it in a way that I never thought was possible. Because up until this point, I'm selling for $7. To go from $7 to being on the phone with someone and just having a straight face and speaking with conviction and saying this is $2,000, that was a big breakthrough for me, right? And that was a big aha moment and realization that, you know what, you can lead with what you want as long as you have the passion and the conviction, and as long as you have the intention to serve. People are going to buy from you if you're leading with that, and if you have something that can actually help people and solve a major problem. So that was the biggest result, and that was the biggest aha moment for me, creating a result. But it wasn't just a result, but it was doing it my own way.
Right. And it's funny you say that because I listened to Lisa Nicole,
Mm-hmm.
and she was on the School of Greatness actually too.
Yeah,
That's
I love
one
that
more
episode.
about that. So like, and one of the things that she really wanted to drive home, besides every other thing that she said, but this was one of the most important things, was like she said, when you live in the art of servant leadership,
Mm-hmm.
everything will fall into place. Don't
Yeah,
worry about the money. Just tell me how much people I could help, because I know if I help enough people, the money will come. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? And that's a point where you have to get in business and entrepreneurship in order to receive or see that success that you want. You know?
mm-hmm.
So it's funny that you said that. I
Yeah,
thought that was a
and
great point.
I'm glad you said that too, because that's a big philosophy that I had. That if you lead with how can I serve versus what can I take, that's when the game changes. Because there are so many marketers, and you see it every day. There's so many marketers saying, "Buy my stuff, buy my program, join my opportunity," and things like that. They're just pushing, but they're missing a big opportunity because there are so many people out there that want to be helped. There's so many people that have this problem, and if you can wake up every single morning just saying, "How can I serve? What problem can I solve?" Based on the skills and the knowledge and expertise that I have right now, what can I do to improve one person's life? If you lead with that, that's when people will be attracted to you, because all people care about is, can you help me? And
Yeah.
that's a big takeaway that anyone listening to this or watching this can get. People want to know, can you help me? So even if you think, all right, I'm not good enough, I don't have these big results, I don't have this fancy lifestyle or all these things like that, that does not matter. Yes, it seems cool on paper, but at the end of the day, the person on the other end just wants to know, can you help me? And if you can focus on helping and serving, doesn't matter anything else, people will be attracted to you. People will follow you. People will listen to you because they know that your intention is good, and they see you as the person that can help them get from where they're at to where they want to be. So that's like, just to piggyback on what you said, like that is something that's powerful, and is a concept that people hear all the time. Oh, servant leadership, or you want to serve, but you have to realize that it's really powerful, and that is the thing that can change your business.
So I know we've been in different companies before, and that's how I actually met you. But
Yeah.
what was the big moment where you transitioned and felt like network marketing or affiliate marketing wasn't for you anymore?
I think, well, one of the biggest things was realizing that with what I was selling, that we was putting so much extra stuff on top of it just to get people to buy it. So it was like, okay, people buying this opportunity, buying this training. But the thing that I was really selling was, okay, when you buy this, you get this separate membership site. You're gonna get these trainings from me and all things like that. And people were buying because of that stuff. So I'm over here saying, okay, now I'm sending people to this company so they could buy my stuff, right? So why don't I just cut out the middleman, right? And now I can sell my own stuff. I can build my own brand. And I think that was one of the biggest things. I had a desire to build my own brand and position myself, because a lot of times people want something, but they just have so much other things attached to that name. So let's say they want something, but you're in this company. So now, but they want to join you, but they already heard so much stuff about this company that they say no based off of the previous stuff that they heard, right? And they say no because of that stuff. Meanwhile, you have nothing to do with that, right?
Yeah.
So instead of me attaching myself to a company or thing like that, I said, let me focus on myself. And to be honest, after a while, I just didn't feel fulfilled anymore, like with that industry, and I didn't feel right. And this is no bash, because I know there may be no marketers watching. This is no bash. This is my personal experience. I just didn't feel right after a while having so many people come in or join my team, join my organization, and telling them they could get the result, they could do this, and then they weren't getting the result, right? And I realized that the people that I attract, me personally, that get the results, they aren't the brand new person that's looking for opportunity. They're someone that maybe had already had some result and they want to take it to the next level, or they just know that they have their own skills and their own value and they would know how they can bring that out. So also that I feel like by leading with network marketing, I wasn't attracting my ideal clients or my ideal customers. So for me to do that, I had to transition, I had to shift. So I just felt like it was just the best move for my brand and for the vision that I had like moving forward.
And I can understand that because I remember like I was like, no man, I can't go build and no nothing against any company or anything, but I mean they're all good, like they help
Mhm.
you make money and stuff. But I was just like, man, I don't want to do that. I don't feel fulfilled, like you
Yeah,
said. So I felt like I was meant for something bigger because I made videos on my own and like the reactions and engagement that I got on them, like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's funny that you say that, and you're not the only person that said that too. It's good, like to like start out or
yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
stick with it. Go ahead, no problem to you. But at some point, you realize that you got a bigger vision. You know?
Yeah, like, you said it perfectly. I feel like it's, especially if you're brand new, it's a good way to get started.
Hmm.
And I'm not just saying also for beginners, because there's people making multiple six figures a month doing that stuff,
Right.
and they are top leaders. But I'm saying like if you're in this and then you feel the pull to do more, you feel a calling to do more, don't be afraid to take that leap. Right? Don't just continue doing this thing because it's gonna eat you up. It's gonna nag you. You're not gonna feel passionate, and you're gonna hold yourself back so much. So it's good. You're getting started. You're getting results. You're helping people, and if you feel that pull to create your own products or do something else, go do it.
Yeah, definitely. Don't neglect that voice. That voice
Yeah,
is your intuition driving you the right way, the right
yeah,
direction. So I know you have products and stuff. So like, do you personally coach and mentor people?
yeah. So that's once I got into like the elevate to elite stuff. That was the first thing
Yeah,
that I did. So up until about 2 weeks ago, that's what I was doing. Like getting on the phone with people, close like doing strategy sessions, speaking with them, and then enrolling them into becoming a client. But now what I'm doing is, and I'm actually working on this right now. I'm creating more leverage online programs. I did that, and that's what I was selling for like $7, $17. And with that, the thing was that number one, I was undervaluing myself. Number
hmm,
two, I had people buy from me all the time. I was just running ads and people buy from me. But the thing was that I didn't feel like I was really helping people because, and it's crazy, people were buying this stuff, but majority of people, well, I wouldn't say majority, but a good amount of people would buy it and they wouldn't even log in to go through the training. Right. So it comes to a point where you're making money, but you're saying, hold on, I'm making money, but am I really even helping people? And are people even getting value from this stuff? Because, okay, yeah, somebody just paid money for this, but they didn't even go through it. So if your purpose is to really serve people, are you really serving people? So I transitioned from that. That turned me off from like products, and then I just focused on coaching. But now I'm stepping back. I'm doing the courses again, but it's gonna be on a more so in a way that's mixing both. So where you have the training, but you're still gonna have access to me. So that's
yeah,
what I'm doing right now, and it's gonna allow me to have more leverage and just have more time to focus on other things as well, and reach more people. So that's the biggest thing.
reaching more people. So like, how? What are some things that you do as far as marketing to like get people into your program or get your clients as part of your coaching?
Right. So the biggest thing I do right now is just it's weird, but it's like leading with myself. So I know I'm gonna get to the strategy, but I
Mhm.
don't. One thing I don't want to do is just have people thinking that it just a strategy. That as long as you do on Facebook ads to a webinar or you do whatever, you're gonna create results. Because yes, that stuff works, but first you have to take a step back. Okay. So the biggest thing with me was first getting clear on what's my true message. Like what is the thing that I stand for, and what is the value that I bring to the table. And I got so aligned with my message that it's not just about sharing your message, it's about becoming your message. So just from Instagram and YouTube alone, I have people every single week. And Facebook, but I've been MIA a little bit on Facebook. But from the organic stuff alone, every single week coming to me want to know, hey, how can I work with you? Hey, what do you have to offer? And it's not it's not a coincidence. It's because I'm so aligned with what I stand for, and I'm so aligned with my message and who I want to serve, that everything that I do, I make sure that it's speaking to that person. And everything I do, I make sure that I'm sharing what I believe. Because there are people that's watching this right now, and some of them are going to watch this and they're going to say, wow, this person is speaking directly to me. I feel the same exact way. And they're going to become a Raven fan. And you may want to know more about what I do. And then other people are saying, man, this guy's a bunch of BS. Right? And they're just going to turn this off. And I understand that. And I'm talking to the few people that resonate with my message. And no matter what I'm doing, no matter what platform that I'm on, that's what I'm doing. So I'm sharing my message. And the way that I do that, the way that I attract people right now, is a simple funnel. So either through organically, or I run Facebook ads and I have people go through a webinar. So they go on the webinar for about 50 to 60 minutes. I'll train like pure content. And up until now, I was doing a strategy session. So I get on the phone with people, and then I was closing them into the program. So they'll go from an ad, then they'll watch a webinar. At the end of the webinar, I'll invite them to get on the phone with me. So on the phone, we'll talk for about 30 to 45 minutes. And I'd get clear on, okay, like where they are in their business, what are their goals, what's currently holding them back. And on the call itself, I would share 3 or 4 things that they can do moving forward, even if they didn't become a client, that they could get results with. So throughout this whole process, I'm leading with value. So in the webinar, I'm leading with value. On the call, I'm leading with value. And then I invite them to become a client. And it's very simple. Just from the ad or from the organically to the call. And then it's a yes or no decision. So that's what I'm doing as far as the strategy. To attract people, to like get new people right now, what I'm focusing on is Instagram and YouTube. Mainly because those are 2 places that I can really focus on sharing my message and getting it out fully. And I know that my audience is there. So for YouTube, that's the longer videos, that's sharing my message through video. I know you do video too. So and video to me is one of the best platforms, right? So with that, and then Instagram, there's so much attention on Instagram right now, and I'm able, and I like it because you can post something simple, just a little quote or just a little text, or do something to attract people. So I take people from Instagram, and I normally take them to another piece of content, and then from that content, then I'll take them to a training or a lead magnet or a webinar, and then that's how the process goes.
Wow, that's the sales psychology right there. You getting them to say yes every step of the way to keep going.
Yeah, and you're leading with value at every step. So one thing that I came up with is called, like, all you're doing throughout this whole sales process is serve and invite. Right? So let's say, right now, people are watching you every single week, and you're serving them. And at the end, you may invite them to take the next step. You may invite them to join your email list, right? So now you're going to give them something for free, a free training, something like that. And there you're serving them. And then you may serve. Now the next step, you're going to invite them to either get on the phone with you or to buy something from you. And in that course, you're leading with value. So you're serving them. And then the next step, you may have something else to buy. And then you're inviting them to take that next step. And through that, you're serving them and inviting. So it's not even selling. It's just serving and inviting to take the next step. So like, okay, I'm serving you. I'm giving you value. And then I'm extending an invitation to serve you even more, give you even more value. So if you look at it like that, because there's some people that hate selling. And for me, like, I'm talking about how I get on the phone and stuff like that. I was scared of the phone, right? Especially when it was back in network marketing, when they say, "Oh, get on the phone or call your people." I did not do that. I did not do that at all, and I'm sure I lost a lot of sales because of that. But then what I had to realize about last year, I realized it, and it still took me a while to actually get the courage to do it. Was that when I get on the phone, I'm not selling, right? All I'm doing is figuring out if and how I can help this person. And once I made that shift, it changed my posture from being this person that's trying to get something to now people want to get on the phone with me because they know, and just because the way I'm speaking this way, I'm positioning myself, they know that they're going to get value from this.
Right.
Sure that regardless if you say yes or no, you're getting value. So so on the phone, I just look at it as another way to get value and increase my goodwill. Because if someone said no to my offer, like, okay, that's perfectly fine. But I know that they left that call. Now a raving fan of mine, because they're like, wow, this person spent 30 minutes or 45 minutes, even an hour, just helping me. So just that simple change from selling and being pushy, and you don't have to do any of that stuff. Just serving and inviting to serve more. I just want to share that because I know that once I had that mindset, that allowed me to have conviction when I was selling, when I was presenting my offers.
That's a great way to put it. It's like you're just packaging it and just providing value, and
Yeah.
then if they feel it's for them, they just take the next step. I like that idea. That's a great idea, bro.
Feel free to steal it.
So, what like I know it may vary from client to person or like business person to business person, but what are some of the things you initially say on those calls with those clients? You know?
With the clients, or you talking about the like the free call or with the actual
Yeah,
client?
yeah, with the actual client.
Okay, so
What?
so I have a framework, right? So the
Mhm.
framework is 5 steps. The first thing is, so I'm gonna list out the 5 steps, and then I'll tell you like the first thing in more
Sure.
detail. So the first thing is the inner game, right? So that's getting clarity around themselves and what they really want, and what is the value that they want to create, and just getting clear on like who they are and what is the vision for their life, for their business, what are the goals over the next 30 to 90 days, and just getting that clarity and that confidence. So that's the first thing. Then the second thing is their superpower. That's what I like to call it, right? So that's getting clear on, okay, what is the value that you have? What is the thing that you want to bring to the marketplace that you feel like by you doing it will have the biggest impact? So that's the second thing. Get clear on their superpower. What is the thing that they want to do? And because that is the thing that they're going to package up and sell. So what is your superpower? The third thing is getting clear on and identifying who do they want to serve. So yeah, you're a superhero. So now the next question is, who do you want to be a hero to? Right? Who are the people that you want to serve? Who do you want to attract? So that's where we get that's the third step. The fourth thing is the framework. So now you know what you want, you know how you want to create it, you know your superpower, you know who you want to serve. Now is putting together a process. So maybe a 3-step, always from 3 to 8 step process that you're going to use to get that person from A to B. So right now I'm bringing out my 5-step framework, right? So
Right.
it doesn't matter if I'm selling a one-on-one package, group coaching, or an online course, I'm taking people through these same 5 steps. So that's why it's so valuable, because once you have a framework, what you're doing, you really have an outline for your next product by just having this framework. So what I did is just saying, okay, based on my own previous results and based on my own backstory and the results of people that I had, that I helped, what is the process that I had to go through, or that I took people through to get from where they're at to where they ultimately want to be. So I'll use the example of fitness, right? So I believe when if you really want to lose weight, let's say I was a trainer or something like that, and I wanted to help my client, there are 3 steps that I have to take them through. And I'm not a fitness coach, I'm not a nutritionist or whatever, so I may miss out on some stuff. But from what
Right.
I believe, is first thing is your mindset, right? So first committing to that better body, seeing yourself as that slim person, or seeing yourself as that person that's in shape or have the abs, and having the mindset of creating the discipline to stick to whatever it is, and shifting from looking at it as a diet to now a lifestyle, right? Creating that identity, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is your nutrition. You got to eat right. You have to, because I think they say like 80% nutrition and then 20% like working out,
Mhm.
right? So nutrition. So that's the second thing. So that's the second thing that I will work people with. And then the third thing is the training and the working out, things like that. So now those are 3 steps, but I may be able, from those 3 steps, I can break that into a 6-week program. So now you have a 6-week program that you're charging $500 for, $1,000 for, that's taking people through these steps. And by the end of it, not only do they have a workout plan, not only do they have a nutrition guide, a nutrition plan, but they have a completely new identity that allows them to not just lose 5 pounds and then gain it right back, but to create long-lasting change. So you see
Right.
how the way that I position that, if you're hearing that, and if I'm a coach and you're looking to lose weight, now you are confident in my ability to help you. Because I'm not just telling you the stuff. You see that I have an actual process that I've gone through myself that I help people go through. So that's the power of the frameworks. And then the last step is creating a system. So creating the online brand and the positioning and the packaging to get your message out there online. So that's where the funnels and things come into place. So one of the things that I want people to realize is that if you look at the order of that, it's completely different than what most people do. Because most people leave with, okay, what is the system? What is the thing that I have to do? What is the strategy? What is the tactic? I'm saying that's last, right? That's step 5 out of 5. To me, the first thing is leading with you. Ask yourself, who do I have to become? So when I work with my clients, the first thing that we focus on is the inner game and helping them create the habits and the rituals and the routines, especially in the morning time, to step into that person that they know they have to become to create the results that they want. So that's the first thing, because I believe that your inner creates the outer. It's all about the inner game. It's all about how you see yourself. And when you can create an identity and step into that and act as that person right now, game over. Because it's just like, think about this, like if you're watching this right now, like take a minute or whatever to just get clear on and ask yourself, okay, if I was the person I was creating the results that I desire, what would I be doing differently? What time would I be waking up? Who would I surround myself with? What would I, if you're in marketing, what type of products would I be selling? Who would I be working with? Right? What are the stories that I would be telling myself? What type of food would I be putting inside my body? Right? All that stuff matters. So it's getting clear on that, painting a picture of your ideal self, and then committing to it right now. So I know the person that I have to become has to have a lot of energy, because when I speak, I want people to feel my passion. Right? So I know to do that, I can't eat food that drain my energy. Right? And so now on a regular, I try to do every single day, but I to be honest, I don't. I drink green smoothies, just an example. I drink a lot of water. I do things to fuel my body and give my body the thing that I need, so I can step into that person and show up how I have to show up. You know? So by doing those things, it's like I have just a team working with me to get me closer to my goals, instead of the opposite of, because now let's say I'm trying to reach my goals to have all the strategies and have all the stuff, but I'm feeling sluggish and I'm feeling drained, I'm feeling tired, and I'm in front of my computer, I'm falling asleep, or I'm talking to them like, yeah, right? It's like all that stuff is working against me, you know?
Yeah.
So I help people first step into that ideal self, step into that best self, as I like to call it, and it's creating a best self identity, and that's what we work on first. Because if we do that, everything else will fall into place. Yeah, so that's the first thing. And no matter what, no matter who I'm talking to, that's the first thing that we're working on is your mindset and the inner game.
Bro, I'm really liking this, bro. You giving a lot of tips, and I can see your passion in it, bro. Thanks, man. So, like, what gave you? You became an entrepreneur a while back, before everything, before your elevate to elite.
Mhm.
What was the burning desire that you had that made you become an entrepreneur?
I just always knew that I had more potential, and I didn't want to follow the path I just set for me. And it's not that I don't have nothing against jobs. Not like I'm not one of those people that say, "Oh man, if you have a job, you're a loser," or anything like that, or I hate jobs. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I just knew that I wanted to serve people. I wanted to help people in a certain way, and I wasn't sure how to do it, but I knew I wanted to do it on my own. And from the time I was young, I was doing whatever it took just to make my own money, just to support myself, and just be able to do what I wanted to do. And I think that's the biggest thing. The desire, if we keep it real, is the desire to do what I want to do, right? And when I want to do it, right? So I think the freedom and also the potential, because even from the time I was young, my mom would always tell me, or my grandmother, that you're special, right? And they all tell me that I'm special, that I have something special inside me. And if you hear that stuff so much from the time that you're young, you start to believe it, right? So every time I'm going through things and I'm following a certain path, I just knew that I was destined for more, because I had that in my ear the whole time, knowing that I'm not gonna play or live a small life. I wanna do big things. I wanna do things my way, and I know that I'm special. I know that I'm put here for a reason, and that belief of knowing that I'm here for a reason, plus the desire for freedom to do what I really want, combined, it just made sense to become an entrepreneur and just do whatever it took. And it took me a while to even get, and I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but it took me a while to even get to where I am. But I'll never give up, because I know that, especially after the story that I shared earlier, I know that I'm put here for a reason. I know that we all have a message inside us. We all have value inside us. We all have experiences that we've gone through that allow us to help people, allow us to serve others, and it's our duty to do that. So if you have a message inside you, if you have value, if you have knowledge that you want to share, and you know you can help at least one person, it's your duty to do that. So that's what I believe, and I believe that with 1,000% conviction. So that's what fuels me to continue being an entrepreneur, and I'll never stop. I'll never give up. So.
Like ET say, you have to have that why. You gotta know that why.
Yeah.
That why can keep you going.
This is true.
Right. So, you said something important in there when you was talking about the journey, but oh snap. um, how important was your environment to you in order to help you create that mindset?
Yeah, it's environment is a big thing, and it's funny because I told to my girlfriend Catherine about this the other day when I was saying like it's so crazy how your environment influences you. So for me, like I have to have nothing but positive energy around me and not a lot of distractions. Because even the difference from me staying at home and working versus me, let's say going to the city and let's say being around some people, but just being able to focus. You know, at home with a lot of distractions. Sometimes I say I'm gonna work at home. Next thing you know, I fell asleep or took a nap or something like that. So it just it's just the environment is very powerful, and not just your physical environment, but just even the books that you read, the people that you listen to, and that's a big thing. That no matter what, I always have positive things going on in my mind. And of course, I listen to rap, I listen to all that stuff. But the thing is, like, if I'm going to the city when I'm on the train, I have a podcast in my ear. When I'm at the gym, I'm listening to music. But when I come home, after I do my morning routine, the first thing I put on is an audiobook or a podcast. And it's just things because a big thing is that sometimes, especially as entrepreneurs, it can get lonely. And we can feel like we're the only people that understand us, only people that understand what we're going through, that we have no one else. But we have a community online. You have people every day that's sharing their message, sharing their value, putting themselves out there. And that's why I love things like this, like Be Inspired TV. What you're doing is you're allowing people access to so many other people that they may have never came across, that people may never hear about me if it wasn't for this, you know? So with that, it just seeing the communities, the Facebook groups, the podcasts, the going on meetup and maybe physically meeting people in person. Surround yourself with people that inspire you. Surround yourself with people that will force you to step up, and also inspiring them to step up and just being your best self so that you're going to attract people. So environment is a big thing. What you choose to feed into your mind, and the biggest thing is what you tell yourself. Because if you want to, let's say you want to make sales and do all stuff like that, but when you get on the phone, you're saying, "Oh man, who's gonna buy from me? I don't know anything," and things like that. And these are things that even if it sounds ridiculous by me saying it, these are things that we say in the back of our minds without even realizing it. So you may have an idea for a product, and I say, and you tell me about it. I say, okay, cool. Let's do that for $500, right? Or even $300. And then the first thing in mind, damn, who's gonna pay that? Right. So now imagine you speaking to someone and you're saying it's $300, $500. They're not gonna believe it because you don't believe it. You don't have that conviction. And they say it's $300, but you can get it for $100. You know what? How much money do you have? And you just give it to them for whatever, right? Because you don't have that posture, you don't have that belief. But if you tell yourself that, you know what, I'm valuable. That what I have took me years to learn. It took me thousands of dollars, and I'm solving a major problem for someone, and I deserve to get paid what I'm worth. Right? If you tell yourself that every single day, and not just tell yourself, but you actually believe it, that changes your whole posture and your whole conviction. You know, so the environment is very powerful, but like I said, the biggest thing is what's going on inside your mind and what you're telling yourself.
Yeah. And in everything you do, like it always seems to come back to mindset and just having the right mindset.
Yeah.
Because if you have the right mindset, everything else will fall into place. And it's just crazy because everything just sells, like sales, business,
Mm-hmm.
sports, athletes. You know, everything just leads back to your mindset.
Yeah,
And
and your belief.
yeah, your mindset and your belief. Yeah. So like I remember it was a time like when I was in the gym, like I was about to like stop. I was doing reps, you know, like how you do this, lay
Yeah,
down on the bench,
yeah,
and
bench
like
press.
I did my right arm, and like I went through like 15 because I do 15 reps all the time, right?
Mhm.
But I got to my left arm, and like all of a sudden at like 8 or something, my arm was like, no, I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, no, we going to this 50 because one arm ain't about to be bigger than the next. So I just had to share that because it's just your mindset, man.
Yeah.
You gotta be strong in your mind and like feed
Yeah,
your mind.
and it was easy. It could have been easy for you to say, you know what, I'm not going to do this. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm tired, blah, blah, blah. But just by you pushing yourself and you did it, and I can guarantee you, you felt way better after you've done those 15 reps. But if you didn't do it, even though you would have saved yourself the tiredness or an embarrassment from the gym looking all crazy,
Yeah.
you had have been beating yourself up. You had been telling yourself stories, man, I wish I'd have done this. I wish I would have just did this thing. And it's the same thing with anything, like you said,
Yeah.
especially business. So it's like just have the mindset, have the belief, and just do the thing. Because yes, I'm talking about mindset. Yes, I'm talking about the inner game. But it's having that stuff so that you can do the work. So yeah, you could have said, yeah, I got this. Yeah, I'm so strong. Yeah, I can do whatever. But if you didn't do those reps, nothing would happen. You wouldn't get strong just with the mindset, right? You have to actually take the action too. So that's something that I have to always make sure that I'm clear on. That yes, I talk about mindset. Yes, I talk about belief and inner game. But without taking the action and doing the actual work, nothing will happen.
Hey, um, what are some like final thoughts or some like tips that you could give like up on upcoming entrepreneur or just people in general who are interested in entrepreneurship? What can you tell them? I know you gave a lot of tips and stuff, but what can you tell them?
The biggest thing is, and it's, I was saying this the whole time, but I really want to stress it even more is it just first focusing on yourself and getting clear on what you really want, and then realizing that there's power in that. So the message that you have inside you, the knowledge that you have, the thing that you feel called to do, there's power and there's value in that. And it's easy to discredit your own value and your own worth and then look at what other people are doing and say, okay, now I'm gonna do that, then I'm gonna do this thing, or I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna follow these people. And you just spend so much money and so much energy following other people, listening to other people's advice. The, and that's a big mistake. And I made that for a long time. And I spent a lot of money and a lot of time just on trainings and on webinars and on things, trusting other people and always feeling like there was something else missing. Right. So if I can share one thing, it's to really trust yourself, believe in your work, realize that you are worth it, that your message matters, that your story matters, that your value matters. And there are people out there right now waiting for you to step up, waiting for you to show up as your best self and get your message out there and tap into your zone of genius, what your greatest gift is. Because by you sharing your message and by you giving your greatest gift to the world, you have the biggest impact on other people and on yourself, right? You have way more fulfillment. You have way more passion. I could not be as passionate as I am right now. And I hope that you can feel my passion. If I was doing something, I would talk about something that I did not believe in, right? And this passion is contagious, right? People want to be around that. People want to feel that. So if you are doing something right now that's not making you feel fulfilled, that's not making you feel on fire, if you're not waking up every single morning just wanting to crush the day, take a step back and say, okay, what is it do I really want to create? What is the life that I really want to have? Who do I really want to be working with? And if I keep taking the same action that I'm taking right now, am I going closer or further from that? And if you're going further, have the courage to say, okay, you know what? It's time for me to transition, time for me to do what I really want to do. And when you do that, just know that it may be a journey, right? It's not going to happen overnight. But just the feeling alone, I'm not even talking about money, just the feeling alone of waking up every single morning and doing what you feel called to do will be worth it. So that's the biggest thing. Your message matters, your story matters, your value matters, and get it out there. Get your message out there into the world. Do what you love because the world will not be the same because of what you're doing.
Yeah. And you said something really important. And honestly, I did it too. I was like, oh, let me follow this leader, follow
Yeah,
this person, follow this person to see if even when you guys had a next level mastermind, I was like,
yeah.
okay, let me be behind these guys. I like them.
It's
You
like
know
you
what I'm
always
saying?
feel like something is missing.
So, like, I could relate to what you're saying. And it's real. Like, be yourself, find your true passion, find what you're
Uh-huh.
passionate about, and go after it like your life depends on it because
Yeah,
it does.
yeah, I
So,
like that.
so guys, hey Andre, I just want to thank you for coming on here, sharing your wisdom, sharing your story. Is
Yeah,
there
no
any
problem.
last minute things you want to say to our audience?
I think I really drilled in the mindset and the inner game, and just making sure that you get your message out there, right? So with Elevate to Elite, I have a tagline, right? So it's be your best self, give your greatest gift, and make your biggest impact. So if I can sum it up, those are the three things right there. Be your best self, give your greatest gift, make your biggest impact. And if you can do that, if you can commit to that, game over.
Awesome. I like that. I like that tagline. So, like, say somebody want to get in contact with you, how could they reach you via email or website? How can they get in contact with you?
So two places, my website, that's elevatetoelite.com. And you can connect with me on Instagram. So I'm active on Instagram. So my at name or whatever you want to call it, username is my name, Andrey Adison. So you can go there, and from there, from two of those, you can see everything else about me. Um, see more about the message that I share, and also I have Elevate to Elite TV. So that's videos that I do every week. If you go on my Instagram, just click on the link in the bio. It'll take you to my latest video, and you can check out the rest of the content that I have.
Awesome. All right, great. So, guys, I just want to thank you for coming on, watching this show. Thank you, Andre. This is Be Inspired TV, where we're inspiring you to live the abundant life you deserve. So, if you like something that you saw today, just go ahead and connect with Andre. Go ahead and like, comment, and share this video if it inspired you guys. All right? Share your thoughts on how you feel about it. Thanks for watching, and we're going to see you next week on Sunday at 9 p.m. All right, guys? Peace.
Peace.